What's up, guys? It's Will here, back again for another episode of Lights, Camera, Collect. It's Friday, September the 5th, 5:19 p.m. We're only 4 minutes late. As you can hear in my voice, I don't sound particularly well. I've been sick for the last, 3 days now. I've been out of work for the last 2 days. You know what, Dean and Jose? I'll miss work, but I ain't missing a live stream. This has been well established. I will always pretty much, if I travel, if I'm sick, or something else is going on, I will do it from a hospital bed. I will do the live stream every Friday to make sure that people have their entertainment to go into the weekend. So thank you guys so much. My voice, again, just have to bear with me on this one. I'm still going to talk as much as I can and contribute and guide the show with these two amazing Avengers level panelists that I have here. And, talk about the news. It's mostly John Wick shit. And the good news is the timing could not have been more impeccable. I got so many comments about this, Jose and Dean, about this giveaway that we're doing. The John Wick Chapter 4, John Wick, that is being given away courtesy of Comic Concepts, today on this live stream. So, yeah, it's going to be a great time. We're going to do it at the end, guys, so stick around. Everyone who followed the rules, I promise you. What were we saying, Dean?
I was going to say I wanted to enter it so bad. And I was like, my fucking luck, I win. And then everyone's gonna accuse Will of some fucking shenanigans.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just gonna spare him the fucking trouble.
Dude, absolutely. Dude, they will. They'll accuse me of shenanigans regardless. So I mean, it's totally fine. 1,000%. But yeah, I mean, it's all good. If you had won, I think it would have been funny, but I'm sure everyone wouldn't have been thrilled. But nonetheless, we look perfect timing. JND teased, they did a video saying we have a John Wick pre-order coming next week. Hato said, fuck you guys. We're going to put ours out and put it out right before you guys. So which we'll talk about all of that. But Hato is very clearly knew exactly what they were doing. They had some sort of inside information knowing that JND was going to do this. And they fucking jumped the gun and did it right around the same time to get people to pre-order theirs instead of JND's, which is crazy. I love it. Dude, the drama, all the tea in 1/6, it's perfect. Hato is just fucking firing shots and I love it. Jose, Dean, dude, so happy to have both of you guys here. I love and appreciate both you guys and always love having you. I have to ask you, Jose, I got to start with you. Dude, do you ever buy the third-party brand at grocery stores? When you buy like Circle Loops and fucking Mr. Pibb and like shit like that? Would you actually buy that stuff? I feel like when you buy it, like you feel kind of dirty. You know what I mean?
You know what? Sometimes, it not all the time, but Mr. Pibb is actually pretty good, man. I don't know. I like Mr. Pibb, man. It's actually pretty good.
But how much less is it than Dr. Pepper, though? You know what I mean? Like, how much cheaper is it? Like, is it worth that?
What I've heard is that some big like grocery stores, like even if you go to like Walmart, like the Walmart brand and then like the actual brand, like apparently they're made in the same factory and they're the same thing. But it's like the packaging is just different.
Yeah.
But that's what I've heard. And so it's like General Mills, I think they do that a lot. So like basically the store brand is what you're buying the same thing. It's just you're buying it cheaper because it doesn't have the actual.
So it's the same exact cereal, you're saying?
Yeah.
For real, Dean? Is that the truth?
Yeah. So I worked at a grocery store here in Texas called HEB, which is like, I think the #1 grocer in the country, even though it's only in Texas. And what HEB does is they will partner with a brand and say, hey, if you package our product, which is just your product with our packaging on it, we're only going to stock those two. So General Mills, you package our cereal, the only thing on our shelf will be your cereal and our cereal, and it'll be up to the customer to decide. And either way, it's your cereal. They deal with like certain like things like Oreos. Batteries are a big one. Don't buy name brand batteries.
Really?
Yeah, they're literally the same fucking battery. At least in terms of HEB. If you're in Texas, just buy HEB batteries. Or things like chicken. My store, HEB, they would only stock Sanderson Farms chicken and our chicken, and it was the exact same chicken. We got it from Sanderson. And so we stopped carrying Tyson. Fresh chicken, you can still get like Tyson chicken in like the frozen department and stuff. But 100% Jose Plus is right. It is literally the same thing.
That's wild, dude. So I should be buying the discount brand.
In terms of HEB, yes. I don't know about every grocery chain, but that is
the one thing I will say. Ice cream, it's been
practice.
totally fine for me. Like I bought Walmart Great Value brand. That is actually great. Literally, it's in the name, and it checks out. Like I literally have gotten that ice cream, and it's been really good.
I think theirs is Blue Bunny.
Blue Bunny, like their ice cream brand.
Yeah, because that's the only place you could buy Blue Bunny is Walmart's. At least here.
Look at those fruity-licious rings, though.
Yeah, there
like
go.
you would buy. I would buy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know down here it just depends on the product, right? Like I keep saying my store because I used to work there, but HEB, they have down the street from me actually a huge facility where they make their own ice cream. Creamy Creations is the brand.
Yeah.
So like they're not going to partner with a bunch of ice cream brands. So you could buy any ice cream brand in the store and Creamy Creations, but like again with like the Walmarts or the cereals, it was just those two.
Because for a second there,
so
I
it's
thought
not everything.
Because I thought with these brands, you were supporting someone like stealing the license, like someone making Anakin Skywalker figure when they don't have the license. Like I thought that's what I was like. Do I feel dirty doing it? Like Jose, I guess you could do it, right? It's fine. They're not ripping Fruit Loops off. Like
no.
Okay.
Like, in a way, like Dean was saying, most times, especially with cereals, that's kind of what they're doing. They're working some sort of backdoor deal where basically it's the same cereal, but they're just putting it in a different packaging, not using the official name.
Crispy Rice. That was just literally Frosted Flakes. How did they get away with that one? That's pretty crazy.
I believe that's not trademarked. I think that's pranks.
There's Zucaritas. I don't know.
That's licensed. That's Kellogg.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine then.
Yeah, I was like, bro, that's Tony the Tiger. What the heck?
There's Cocoa Poops. That's what I'm saying. That sounds like a great buy right there. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're gross. That must be fake. That's got to be fake. But anyway,
Crispy Rice is so funny because it's the same name, just flips.
Yeah, right. Crispy Rice. That's what I'm saying. Like, how these third-party companies come up with these figure names, and they just like they're so fucking like stupid. They're like, if they do a Pennywise video, they'd be like the funny clown, or like what was it, Joel Miller? They'll be like Joe Miller. Like, it's just I don't know. It's fucking. It always makes me laugh with some of the names. Like. Some of them too were like really like not PC. Like, do you remember that? Like, I forget. Yeah, some of them like I forget what they were. Like Mace
Miles Morales.
Yeah, right.
Black high school.
Yeah, and like Mace Windu was like Black Jedi or something. I was like, dude, no.
What the hell?
Everyone was like, you cannot name a figure that. That is not.
Stop doing that.
Yeah, like you cannot do that. So, but that was pretty wild. So the Last Father, exactly, dude. That's like Crispy Rice. Crispy Rice, I kind of want to get that. We should get we should do a live taste test with Crispy Rice. That's actually
there you go.
That's actually pretty great.
Yeah, man. I don't work at that grocery store anymore, but I learned a lot, dude. And there's a lot of stuff like that.
Just like about life, you mean? Like perspective?
No, just about like buying groceries and stuff. Like how much, not waste, but like you could save so much money just buying the off brand, and it's literally the same thing.
Gotcha.
Again, not every time, right? Like Mr. Pibb clearly doesn't taste like Dr. Pepper. Of course, Mr. Pibb is its own thing. But let's just say you got the off brand, whatever, Mr. Pepper or Dr. At my grocery store, it's called Dr. B.
Dr. B.
But it might, again, it's not a 1-to-1 every time. So Dr. Pepper is not gonna put their drink in your bottle, but they'll put a drink in your bottle.
Yeah,
so it's still bottled by the same people. They just tweak the formula,
Yeah, technically that's
Dr.
accurate.
Thunder.
Yeah, Dr. Thunder.
And it's like, bro, you can save so much money doing that. It's like,
well,
I mean, with something like a Dr. Pepper, you gotta have Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I mean,
but
I
if
think
you're like, oh, I like root beer. Every fucking root beer basically tastes exactly the same. So it's like, just save the $2 and get the regular root beer.
Yeah. I mean, I will say though, like I haven't seen anyone do like the discount Sprite as well. Like Sprite's pretty elite by itself. Maybe Sierra Mist, that was a thing, but that wasn't a third party brand. That was like Pepsi, I think.
Did you hear about Sierra Mist?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
it's gone now, right? Isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, some chick took the name on the internet.
She copyright, the copyright expired.
Yeah, and nobody bothered to re-up it, and so she took the name Sierra Mist, and they tried to sue her, and she was like, "Sorry, it's mine now," and that's why it's called what is it now? Starry.
Yeah, right.
But they changed the formula though.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't even taste the same anymore. No.
I gotcha. That girl took Sierra Mist.
Fucking smartest thing ever.
I know,
right?
Like
OnlyFans or something.
I know.
Which, to be fair, that totally sounds like a fucking stripper name.
It does. We got a super chat, by the way. Sterling's Fine Art. Thanks so much for hello, fellow collectors. Hello, fellow collector. Thank you so much for joining us, bro. Sterling, thank you so much for the generous super chat. Let's move on to the next one. We got one from Josh. Thank you so much, Josh. Appreciate you, bro. HEB all damn day. See, Dean, bro, you got a supporter here, bro.
Until you get to Texas and go to HEB, you just don't get it.
Yeah.
Right. It's like going to Buc-ee's. Like, okay, I guess like Buc-ee's, sure, whatever. And then you go there, you're like, oh, I got
Kiko it. Took me to Buc-ee's. That shit was great. It was an experience, dude.
Yeah, like, HEB's like that, dude. We have our grocery stores literally have barbecue restaurants inside them.
Dude, so when I come stay with you, we can go to HEB then. For sure.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, 100%. We'll film a Z-log. We'll do one of those.
Z-log. Yeah, we'll hang out with Zach.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, in fact, it doesn't make me mad, but every Friday at the barbecue restaurant inside the grocery store, they do barbecue ribs.
Yeah.
You have to get there before they sell out. And I always miss it because I do the show.
The one thing I will say, though, last thing we'll move on. Dustin Miller's totally right. One of the best parts of going to Florida is shopping at Publix. Like, I really like Publix.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, it's great. I also like Harris Teeter. There's one near my girlfriend where she lives, but it's really expensive. I don't know if you guys have that. Harris Teeter. It's pretty good.
It's only HEB and Walmart and Target down here.
Okay. Yeah, Target and Walmart everywhere.
Nobody competes with HEB.
Not even Walmart?
No, the only reason they're around is because they have the rest of the country to subsidize them, because HEB fucking obliterates everybody.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There's no Piggly Wigglies. There's no Kroger's. There's no Publix. It's just HEB and Walmart.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds great to me.
And Whole Foods, but HEB started Central Market, which is exactly the same thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's the expensive shit. You can't just go get it anywhere.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. Yeah. So, guys, let's go ahead and move into our first topic of the evening. I totally forgot the banner, so I'm making it right now. And you know what? Just totally off the top of my head, it's almost like you never heard this before. Figure of the year.
Wow.
Because you know why? And I know, sick or not, my mind is clear. My judgment is not clouded. I can tell you for a fact this Wolverine will be considered a figure of the year contender. And we're gonna talk about it. Look, Hot Toys knew they could not fuck around and find out with this one. They said, you know what? This Wolverine is way too important. There is no way in hell that we're going to release this guy and it not be ready. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up pictures now. Jose, I'll start with you on this one. I know you saw the pics out there. This Wolverine came out. Really, I saw Figure Hideout already had his video out because he apparently works with Hot Toys. He works with JND. He's doing shit like day one. Like, that's great. I mean, more power to that guy. Like, he's doing some fantastic work out there, and the production quality is really great. So I'm glad to see those figures that early with a really high quality review, whether it be Justin or him or whoever. I'm happy that someone is getting the opportunity to do that type of thing. And look, seeing that short, seeing the review video, seeing these blogger photos, which the bloggers couldn't even mess up this one. The bloggers do generally pretty good work, but there's some blogger pics that truly do not look great. I think this is going to be, for a lot of people, a figure of the year contender. I think it came out incredible. So, Jose, what do you think? Am I off base on this one? I feel like people are going to agree, but what do you think?
No, I don't think you're completely off base, man. I mean, I think it's contender for even probably one of the best figures ever. I think I just all time. You know what I mean? I think you could put it even in the top 10. the way that just how far we've come in the way that it's evolved. There's figures that obviously we're nostalgic for that we've had in our collections for a while, right? But even as the years go on, even in the months go on, you start noticing, oh, like it's not as great as it was, because I'm seeing how much they've advanced now, and what they're putting up now. And I think this figure here, the swappable arms, the multiple looks, like you have like 5 different looks that you can do, right? Long sleeve, short sleeve, with the shoulder pads, without the shoulder pads, head sculpt, no head sculpt. It's like there's so many different looks you can do with this figure. And if you love the character of Wolverine, I mean, this is the definitive, I feel like the definitive Wolverine. So it's like, what else could you want? You know what I mean? So look at that. I mean, that looks like an actual person. There's not one person that I've spoken to that's told me I don't like how it looks. And usually there's always a couple. I'm sure there's someone there's got to be someone who doesn't like it. But for the most part, there's no one that I've heard even mention one thing that they don't like about this figure. So I think it's up there. I think it's definitely up there. Figure of the year. I mean, like I said, 100% will be in the top 10 list. Might be at the top 3. It's all subjective, right? It's what you personally have an attachment to. But I definitely think if I did a list, it would be up there.
Dude, it's got to be, Jose. It's got to be, dude. I can't wait for this. And some people were already getting their emails from Sideshow, by the way. So I think many others got it from Common Concepts from Josh. So it's going to be a little while because he's not going to get his like right away. It's going to take a little bit of time. But, when you get it, it's going to be worth it for the money you saved. And I think at the end of the day, the quality here is impeccable. I think, look, maybe a slight downgrade from the proto, 5% tops, like very minimal. I think it's very close to what it looks like the prototype looked like. And I think overall it's fantastic. So for me, I'm very happy with this. I think it looks incredible, and I'm absolutely shocked that it came out this good, to be honest. But hey, I'm not complaining at all. Dean, what do you think? Is this going to be a figure of the year contender? Because I think for a lot of people, they can't wait to get this one in their collection. What are your thoughts on it?
I don't like the way this looks.
Dude,
there it is. There he is.
Okay, hot take. Let's go. Let's do it.
I think overall the packaging is great. What you get, the swap out arms, the alternate portrait with the mask. I'm just not sold on the likeness of Hugh Jackman here. And maybe it's just like the facial expression they're going with. I don't know. It's just something's a little bit like right there. I don't see Hugh Jackman at all right there.
Like this one?
Yeah. And there's some angles that are better than others. And again, like sometimes you really have to see these things in person to really like finally be like, oh yes, I get it. But I don't know, dude. There's just like, and it's not like, it's not even a low grade, right? Like if I was going to give it a, a number ranking, 100 being the best, it's not even like dipping into the 70s. It's probably still high 80s.
Okay.
Like it's up there.
Do you still think it's good? It's good.
I still think it's pretty good, but there's just something about it where I'm like, I'm just not convinced enough to want to spend the money on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, did you love Deadpool 3 though? Like, would you buy Deadpool 3 figures, do you think?
Yeah, for sure those two.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't buy any of the others, but I'd buy these two. I have
like
Deadpool.
that looks fantastic. Right here looks amazing.
Right.
And it could be, the lighting, the angle, all that stuff. But then there's just some angles where I'm like, what am I looking at?
That's art for you, I guess. Yeah. It's all subjective. Because I think it looks incredible. I think it looks like spot on. I mean, I think it looks
lifelike almost.
Beautiful.
In certain angles. Yeah.
Maybe
there's some photos that are really good.
Maybe if it were Artisan Dean, maybe if it had that rooted hair, you'd be all for it.
No.
But eventually that's coming. Eventually they're gonna do that. Yeah, for sure. But also some of the lighting, like this lighting is pretty shit in this photo. Yeah, like this is pretty bad. So I don't know why they do, but like that, damn.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
That looks pretty good.
Maybe the more time I spend on it, the more.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But I get what you're saying.
I think sometimes with the mass version too, especially, well, I guess like any grimacing face on a hot toy is kind of, you lose some likeness there, but yeah, this is, again, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, and I get why people like it. It was cool. So
Yeah.
don't let me yuck your yum.
Yeah, right.
It's just, you know, it's my money, so it's not for me.
Right. Yeah, I get that. You're not paying my bills, right? Exactly.
Yeah. And I'm not paying yours.
Exactly.
One of the things I want to add is on this helmet look. I'm glad that you left it on this one.
Yeah.
A lot of people were commenting on the white eyes. How so in the film they were a little bigger. So on the figure they're a little small. So I mean that's a note that, you know, if you're for accuracy, that's something you might want to take.
It's crazy too, and you know what? This is going to be such, I think, a polarizing stance in terms of people who display this figure. I can't imagine myself using the mask. Some people can't imagine the opposite, like using the head sculpt. And I'm like, but like the head sculpt is so important to me. Like I want to have Hugh Jackman be readily seen in my display. Like have it Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, yellow and blue, the iconic colors. It's great. But people want this comic accurate costume. I get that. They don't as much care about the Hugh Jackman likeness for some. Or some people bought two and they want to display both looks. But for me, I'm glad you have the option to do whatever you want here. But for me, I'm going to be using that Wolverine head sculpt. I think that the Hugh Jackman head sculpt looks incredible to me. I think it's one of the best Hot Toys ever done. Personally,
really,
dude, you don't think so?
Like this angle, I think
it's like
I lost it,
dude. I think it's like a 9.5 to 10 out of 10. Like I think it's absolutely incredible. Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I've not seen a better Wolverine Hugh Jackman head sculpt ever from anyone. Even the customs, I don't think they're better than this. Like I think this is. I think it's really fucking good. I think it's going to be a figure of the year contender for sure, but I'd say that a lot. So what does that mean? So, but you know, I mean, look, for me, I'm not, you have the different face plates. You can swap those in if you want to do that, you know, if you want to have the, you know, different options. Like, and even like you said, Dean, if you're like not in glove with the likeness, you could put that mask on him. Still looks great.
Yep. Look at that.
Yeah.
That looks great.
Yeah. Again, overall, I think it's a great figure. And again, saying, I can't believe the chat. I still said it was like high 80s. That's still like a B plus, guys. Come on. Like,
yeah, right.
And hey, I'm willing to admit when I have a not so favorable opinion, right?
No, you're allowed to have an opinion. Sure. It's totally fine.
I know. I'm not gonna just like bend my opinion for everybody else.
No, you
like,
shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Like, hey, I get it. Like, you know,
I mean,
I also particularly,
dude,
I don't like X-Men. And I've said that before.
Yeah, you have.
Not a fan of the X-Men, so I don't have the love for the character that a lot of people do. So I'm not looking at this with rose-colored glasses, you know.
But Dean, look at that. Look at that.
Like, this looks pretty good right here,
dude.
Like
I
said, like sometimes the angles are really good, but like look with the mask portrait on, I think you lose a little bit of the likeness in the mouth area, and I think that's what's bugging me about the unmasked portrait. Is like I see most of him, and then it's just I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, I'm gonna go with the sleeveless look with the Hugh Jackman head sculpt. That's what I think is most badass to me. So
dude, the middle look is so good. Though.
You like the middle look with the mask? That's what I'm saying. Like even like with Kenobi. With Kenobi Vader, right? You could do clean, you can do battle damage. It's fucking great. This, you can do the clean battle damage, or you can do arms exposed, arms not. Like there's so much here. They could have very easily done two figures and charged you twice.
They really could.
They really could have.
Did it with Deadpool.
Yeah, they totally could have, and they didn't. And I think they deserve some praise for that. Like, I mean, it's basic decency, but still at the same time, Hot Toys will charge you as much as they can. They're a business, and they could have very easily made this two figures. So, and I'm glad they did it. I think it's great. So, that far right look is the one I want. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah,
that's Jose. Is that what you're gonna do? That far right look?
I think so. So. I really like that one. I mean, I wish he would have kept the shoulder pads, but that look is more accurate.
Yeah, I'll probably do that far right with the shoulder pads. Yeah, right. I think you can do that, right? You can do the far right with the shoulder pads. Yeah.
It's not movie accurate, but it's whatever's, you know.
It's fine. It still looks good. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like what was it called? The Endgame Thanos, where you had the Infinity Gauntlet. And you were like, well, you could put it on him. I mean, like,
I mean,
yeah, exactly. So Anyway, yeah. So someone said Ryan said middle look all the way. Yeah, that's fair. The middle look is pretty dope. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, this is like one of those figures like Scarecrow.
Oh, right.
Where
right.
you almost need two.
Right.
I mean, depending on how much you love it, right?
Right.
I think if Wolverine's your guy or like Deadpool 3 is your movie, it's hard not to get two.
Yeah.
And honestly, you can have damn near three. I don't recommend spending, that kind of money, but two figures on a character that's really important to you, I think,
yeah, it's true.
For me, I've always been the type of person that says it's hard to buy two of them, especially there's so many great things. It's like I'd rather buy just one, and then when I get bored of that look, I just switch them.
You change
keep the accessories nearby, switch it, and then you have a fresh display in your collection.
I'm starting, Jose, to come around to that philosophy. Like the only exception though, you'll see behind me, I have two InArt Pennywises. But that's because those two head sculpts are just so fucking cool. And also, I don't really have two. I have a spare body. That's what I got. Yes. And then I had the deluxe version that came with two heads, and I bought a spare body separate. That's what I did.
I'm trying to think, other than, and I won't even call them the same, but I have like multiple clouds, right?
Yeah, but they're probably all different outfits.
Very different.
Yeah, because you have Advent Children, you have the regular, you have First Class, you have three different.
Yeah, I think the only figure I have twos of are like clones.
Right.
But that's totally different.
I will say, like, pretty much anytime I've bought duplicates of a figure, I've almost always ended up selling it. Like, besides InArt Pennywise, but that was just a spare body I bought.
I was like, you have two InArt?
Yeah, I have an InArt Pennywise, and then I have a spare body that I put the second head sculpt on. But yeah, anyway, guys, let's keep it going because you know what? We got to talk about some really important news here. It's John Wick Day, really, here on this channel because we have a John Wick that we're giving away, Dean and Jose, at the end of the show. And then also Hot Toys has come in and totally, which we will talk about. We'll get into the JND thing and that whole angle in a sec. But I just really want to talk about what's actually happening with this Hot Toys tease here. They have teased a John Wick from John Wick Chapter 1, the first John Wick film, which is the one that everyone wanted. And Dean, Jose, I don't know if you've seen, but Dean, I want to take my victory lap again, like Darth Vader with the table, because I think you agreed with me. How long have I been saying they were going to make an artisan John Wick from Chapter 1? I was like, dude, I've been saying that for quite a while. And I knew, and now, you know what it took? JND to do their whole shit. And Hot Toys was like, dude, you know what? I want to take a second victory lap because I'm pretty sure that I jumped on this channel and said, remember JND delayed the John Wick pre-order. Remember that? And I said, I bet you it's because Hot Toys wants to jump in and there's something going on with the license. And that's what's going on. And I said that and I can almost guarantee that's what happened here. Like something happened and JND had to delay the pre-order because there was some sort of negotiations or whatever and what was going on. Something happened here because Hot Toys announced this, which we will talk about, right at the same time JND did. Like they knew that some shit was about to go down. They said, let's get in front of it. Let's make a sculpted. Let's make an artisan, which they haven't shown yet, which I'm sure they will in the next week or two. But still, Dean, Jose, I'll start with you on this one.
Yeah.
The sculpted looks great from what we can see. I'm very excited by it. Either way, I'm going to be getting this John Wick. I'm not thrilled about the JND. We'll talk about that. We'll keep this one just to the Hot Toys. Should collectors chase the artisan figure? Do we want to chase that high of what the figure could be? Or do you think the sculpted's going to be good enough here? What are your thoughts?
You know what? I think because he has the shorter, slick back look in this film, I don't think you have to chase necessarily the artist one. I mean, I would want to see more photos to see how much different it looks because it's hard to even tell with these blogger photos, like which one's the sculpted and which one's the artisan. Like you can tell once you zoom in, but from like a distance.
And they haven't even shown the artisan yet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, isn't this the artisan right here? The one that the image.
No, it's sculpted. I'm pretty sure.
Well, it says.
Oh, wait, no, maybe it is. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
and so, that looks sculpted, doesn't it?
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. So to me, that looks like, dude, that could be sculpted. So that's sculpted.
And this one, that's sculpted. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, maybe you're right, dude. Does it even fucking matter?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think with this one in particular, I don't think you have to chase it. I'm sure that I haven't heard anything about limited, but I'm sure it'll be a decent run. If you want the artisan, you can get it. But with the sculpted option, usually those ones aren't hard to get because you can get the sculpted, and most people aren't, super heavy on the queues for this one. for options like that. So I think that that's what's going to happen for this one in particular. So I think either way, you're getting a great figure. I personally, I wanted the one from the first film. I didn't necessarily want the one from John Wick 4, and I'm happy that I waited. So yeah,
dude, honestly, I love this black suit look. This is the one that everyone has wanted. We've said this since the beginning. Honestly, though, looking at the artisan, I do see a little bit of an upgrade. I'm gonna be real with you. I see a little bit of an upgrade. They're very similar, but I do feel like it fits the head a little bit better than the sculpted does. But I do think the hair should be slightly longer, slightly. Like it's slicked back. It's not supposed to be super long, but I'd say just a little bit of length, a little bit of volume and length there. It looks a little bit thin. Like it looks like it needs more.
What I don't personally think it's going to be like a huge downgrade. Like if you can't get the artisan, and you're going to be extremely disappointed that you can only get the sculpted. I think that you'll be like, oh, okay, cool. Like, you know, I missed it, but I can get sculpted. It's not a big deal. And that's what I love about when they do that option, that where if like you do miss the queue or you aren't able to get it, you can get the sculpted option.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, Keith Lee is right. Figure of the year. Let's go, dude.
Wow.
Dean, what do you think, dude? Should people chase the artisan? I'm probably going to chase the artisan. I'm going to be real with you. Even though I just had a shit show of a situation with Scarlet Witch. So I'm a little bit... And I have a video coming out, by the way, Sunday. So stay tuned at noon Eastern for that one. That's going to be a wild ride, I promise you. But I filmed it sick. But I kind of want the artisan. What do you think, Dean?
I'm going to go with Jose Plus on this one. I think just the nature of the look... I don't know if it's absolutely necessary to chase the artisan, but I would still aim for it, you know, because you still have to get in the fucking queue and deal with all that stuff and the limited release. So I feel like aim for it. If you don't get it, it's not such a loss that it's like, you know, missing out on Anakin, right?
Right.
This is a very, not a simple look, but it's not like Anakin, right? Where his hair is very stylized, very, I would say it's probably much harder for them to achieve that than this making it. So yeah, I think either one of these, you're going to be happy. This figure looks amazing.
And honestly, yeah, and again, we'll talk about it, but the implications for what it means for JND, we'll talk about that next. But we don't have prices just yet on this, as far as I'm aware. So I'm sure we'll get formal announcements here soon, but Hot Toys still wanted to get in front of it. And I think this looks incredible. This is absolutely, look, as much as I love this John Wick figure that I'm about to give away for you guys, someone's going to love it. I never thought it was perfect. I thought it was like, okay, it's good, but I want a great John Wick. This is a great John Wick as far as a prototype is concerned. This is far better than any John Wick head sculpt they have delivered so far. Like, this is the best one. And Hot Toys does that. You guys know. They always deliver just incremental upgrades until eventually they get to one that you have to buy multiples of. And then you're like, okay, well, now I got the one I really wanted. Like, they're going to keep you, on the pay scale and like keep you having to buy stuff every so often. So yeah, it's going to be a whole thing. But I think changing out the turtleneck is going to be a bitch, though. I do not want to do that. I don't even want to fucking hassle with it, because you're going to have to take this button shirt off and then you have the tie attached to it. Like, maybe it'll be pin buttons and you can just like unhook them or whatever. That would be great. But even then, you're going to have to tuck it back in. Like, I'm probably not even going to bother with the turtleneck look. Just give me the suit look, or fine. Like, I like that better anyway. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to chase the artisan, but you guys know me by now. So I would love to get the artisan one. So I guess we're going to see.
I think it's going to be relatively easier. Usually when there's the both options, usually it's not that hard.
Yeah.
As long as you do what you're supposed to, the multiple tabs and, so on and so forth. I think you'll be fine. And this is just in general, like everyone who is looking for that one in particular.
Yeah, looks great. Well, let's keep John Wick going, because JND has teased a Chapter 1 and a Chapter 4 John Wick. And my question being, do these look a little sus? Because, look, I bought some JND figures. I'm very excited for them when they do eventually arrive. But they do their marketing from a helicopter. They absolutely do. The first photos they release, Jose, they take them from the highest fucking angle they can get to, and they show you basically nothing. And then I'm not sure why they are convinced that this marketing strategy is brilliant, and I never have been on board with it. I'm like, you're going to keep like teasing one extra photo and angle every day until you eventually reveal the figure. Like, it's not that serious. Like, just show the figure. If you want to do one little tease, that's fine. But this type of thing, like showing a little bit of the figure, and then you have people speculating, like, I get it. It's all coverage. But at the end of the day, I've never been a fan of this marketing strategy. Nonetheless, look, what these are going to cost, we don't know just yet, right? Say, Dean, like we theorized, it was $750 a figure. If Hot Toys Artisan comes out at $400, and it looks honestly bad, like this John Wick, maybe we could brighten it a bit. This is the John Wick Chapter 4, not Chapter 1 for this photo. I think it looks a little sus. Like, I'm not so sure that I see a huge likeness here, although it's very dimly lit. And on the first one, the John Wick 1, that looks a little bit better. But even then, I'm like, do I see an $800 to $1,000 figure here? I'm gonna have to see more angles. But Dean, what do you think? I'll start with you on this one. Does this look a little bit sus?
This looks pretty good here. The other photo, bro, it looks like me. It doesn't have a neck, bro. Go back to the other one.
Oh yeah, the John Wick Chapter 4.
Yeah, like, where's his neck, bro?
I think the likeness looks a little bit off too, doesn't it?
It might just be the lighting. I don't know.
You think it does?
I mean, just from this photo, yeah.
Right.
I mean, that looks like one of those impersonators in Vegas or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I haven't seen a lot of people like it in
someone says
our chats.
Someone said that's Jesus.
Wow.
I mean, in a black suit, but sure.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to render an actual judgment, but the other photo, it's looking cool, right? As the more photos we get, the more. But I just don't think it's going to be worth that that price tag anyway. Regardless, even if it's incredible, but if John Wick's your guy, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Right. Do one of you guys have like a TV in the background or something? I think I can hear it. I'm not sure who it is, but I can hear it. Yeah.
I don't have a TV.
Wait, I think it is Jose. Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, okay. So Jose, no worries. Yeah, it's not super distracting, but it's all good. It's all good. So Dean, bro, look, I'm not trying to overreact, but this is the point of like not releasing photos that will cause people to overreact. Like, again, maybe it's all coverage at the end of the day, but the lighting, very dimly lit here, looks a little bit sus. I'd love to support JND as long as they make good shit. This first one looks a little bit better, the John Wick Chapter 1, but then, which we'll talk about in the next topic, the Hot Toys looks fucking great. People are complaining about the forehead size a little bit. The
Hot Toys looks really good.
It looks really good. It's going to be a fraction of the price too.
Yeah, that's
so. If it looks as good, if not better, and it's like half the price, I mean, it's gonna.
But you're paying for the latex and the glass.
Yeah, the silicone, the glass eyes.
Silicone. Sorry, not latex. So it's
and this could give JND the motivation to improve this and make it even better because Hot Toys is coming in strong. It's I mean, it's definitely something. It's definitely something. But I mean, look, it's going to be obviously what they're going to do. They're going to do like JND always does, a type A, a type B, and a type C. You're going to be able to get each of them individually if you want, or get both of them together. That's what they're going to offer you. So Dean, if you want both of them together,
Yeah, spend $2,000 on it.
It'll probably be like $1,400-$1,500 would be my guess.
And it could also depend on how much they pack into the package, right? Because he's got a lot of guns. So you put every single gun in there between those two movies. You can. Who's
going to include the dog, Dean? That's the question.
JND's including dogs and characters.
That's true.
That I don't even remember dogs in.
They are the dog experts. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, this has the potential to be really cool. It's just that fucking price point, dude. It's like, I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, it's fair. But look, I bought the Joker. I bought Two-Face. I'm excited about this. But look, this John Wick, I mean, if Hot Toys is going to come out with some photos like that, then look, artisan glue issues aside, if that, or you get the sculpted for, you're going to get the sculpted for probably $300, right? Maybe a little bit less, $275 even, who knows? And then you got this JND, it's going to be $750 to $900 for individual figure. Like, I mean, Hot Toys knew what they were doing. They were ready. They were ready for this. And I firmly believe, I speculate baselessly, that it got delayed because Hot Toys and Sideshow came in and they said, no, we want this license. And there was something going on there, which is why JND delayed it. So maybe JND does not have the worldwide license for this, and they originally did. And Hot Toys now has it. And J&D can only sell it in other territories, or they don't have the United States license. Something like that happened. We won't know, but something occurred here. And Sideshow probably swang their dick around and got this one for Hot Toys. So I don't know. We'll see. Nonetheless, let's keep going. We got a super chat real quick. Illusion Entity. J&D's nuts. Hopefully InArt will join this party. Apparently not, which we'll talk about.
No.
Apparently, we will talk about that. But we did get a super chat from X-Men Supreme as well. J&D Wick out here looking like Waylon Jennings. Who's Waylon Jennings?
Is he a country singer?
Oh. Okay. Thank you, X-Men Supreme. That dude is always super nice and kind, dude. But I don't know who Waylon Jennings
Country
is.
music. Country music. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Who is Dean's Cream in the chat? He's wilding out a little bit. So Dean's Cream, chill a little bit, bro, because you're about to get muted. You're not muted yet, but you're about to be. All right, so let's keep moving, guys. Let's talk about Hot Toys versus J&D. John Wick, which would be the better option? So, look, we've talked about it a little bit so far. I want to bring up a photo here of the John Wick showdown that we have on the horizon. It's certainly not going to be far away. And look, these are the John Wick Chapter 1 figures that we're going to have competing against each other. So, look, Jose, which is going to be the better option? Again, J&D is going to have, like Dean referenced, the silicone skin. It's going to have the glass eyes. It's going to have actual rooted hair, not glued on hair. It's going to have potentially better tailoring. Who knows? But Hot Toys is probably going to cost like half as much, maybe 60% as much. Let's say that. And I think this will give incentive to J&D to make theirs even better than it already is. But I guess only time will tell. They can sometimes be a little stubborn and say, no, this is great. You're just going to fucking take it. But we're going to see. We're going to see. Now they have direct competition from Hot Toys. We'll see. Nonetheless, Jose, do you think a lot of people who were considering this John Wick, now that Hot Toys has jumped in, are going to reconsider? What do you think?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, it's just you spoke about the pricing. I mean, that's huge, right? Especially with the way that all these great things are coming out. There's so many options, so many things to buy, so many things to collect. It's like, it's very rare for someone to be like, I really think that those minimal details that you just mentioned, the silicone, the glass eyes, the real hair, like it really warrants the $700 price tag. You know, for some people it might, those are like really diehard guys, but I don't think for the average collector, I don't think that that's something that they're going to want to swing. I mean, for the most part, JT already has a really bad reputation as is. So at this point with the Hot Toys, it's a proven commodity. So they're just going to go with Hot Toys. I think that's just going to be the option for people. And it's a shame, you know, it would be great if it was a closer price range and maybe $100 difference where you could see like, hey, you know, if you take the risk with J&D, you might be getting an even better or more premium product. Like if it was like an InArt, right? But unfortunately, J&D, they want to go closer to the $1,000 mark, you know, when it comes to shipping and everything, taxes and tariffs and all that. It's like at that point, it's like, is it really worth it? And I don't think it is. So
yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's fair. Look, with J&D too, you can get the Chapter 4 version too. Hot Toys has already did their Chapter 4, which I'm giving away here at the end of the show. So, you know, look, you'll have your options. They're both probably going to end up being great figures. The J&Ds look a little sus to me right now. I want to see more, but the Hot Toys looks great. I look at this artisan one, and originally it was so good, the sculpted so good that I'm like, oh, that's sculpted. And Dean's right. I didn't even see the artisan edition banner on the side. Totally missed it. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, I like the artisan more. So maybe it's just all in my brain. Who knows? I'm just coping at the end of the day. Dean, what do you think is going to be a better option here? Look, I'm going to go out on a limb. People say I glaze fucking JND. I truly don't, because I think Hot Toys might end up being the superior option here, because it could theoretically end up being a better looking figure, which is crazy. And I think also it could be at least as good or maybe slightly worse for half the price. And for me, I'd almost rather save that money, because I think the JND Joker is way better than the Hot Toys. So to me, it's worth it. But for John Wick, I'm not so sure that's going to end up being the case. So Dean, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it depends on the collector, right? Like, how important is this character? How much do you love the movie that it's from? At least with this one, it's a 1-to-1, right? But JND also has the other looks for John Wick, or at least one other look for John Wick. We'll see what else they solicit later. Yeah. But yeah, I think it depends on. Sorry,
it's Kevin, dude.
Yeah, little Kev's freaking out. Give her Kev. It depends on. I think also like what else is in the box, right? Like I said, you get a whole armory with John Wick. We've seen Hot Toys do that. A lot of their later releases for John Wick didn't have as much in the box. I think was it John Wick 2? Which was the blue box? Was that John Wick 2?
That was the blue one. Yeah, John Wick Chapter 2. Yeah.
That one came with a bunch of stuff.
It came with a lot of guns.
And then the ones after that, not so much.
Right.
So I think if they're able to pack the box with a bunch of stuff, which, JND did pretty good with the Joker. I think that will also be a huge selling point. Like, well, if the John Wick from Hot Toys only comes with the shotgun and the pistol, that's kind of lame.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Especially for Artisan. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to see what everyone's offering, because I'm assuming Hot Toys rushed these out because the photos, and we'll see more later. Because as it sits, like, it's not, the overall packaging isn't great.
Right. Yeah, I get what you mean. I think they also might it's hard to tell with these photos. I wonder if they might do seamless forearms for this John Wick in some way. Maybe he has a suit on, so maybe you don't need to, but it's almost like in that photo, I can't really see the wrist peg. So that would be crazy. And again, how many times have I said, and look, I feel like I'm going to take a victory lap on this one too, that I wanted JND to be successful because more competition is better for us. It's better for the consumer. Now look what's happening. Like, I'm telling you, like, all these companies are fucking competing for your dollar, and it's giving you better options. Like, as much as people want to hate JND, I get it. But at the end of the day, it is pushing Hot Toys and InArt to do better. So, and it's vice versa. So at the end of
competitions are
really right. Good. Competition will always produce a better product for the consumer, typically. So, and that's what's happening here. Hot Toys might have never planned to do this. I don't know, but maybe they have. But either way, they're in, and it's great. So now you have options. InArt has no interest in doing John Wick, apparently. So I think it's because maybe these two companies have it, and they're just like, we're staying out of it. Like, we're just going to do our own thing. I would love to see InArt do one. That would be great, because I think they could do an amazing job with it. But they clearly, for whatever reason, are not interested.
Yeah, it'd be really cool to see a head-to-head.
Yes, those three. Yeah, because we haven't had that. We've had InArt versus Hot Toys, JND versus Hot Toys, but JND versus InArt.
Yeah, not everybody. So that would have been really cool. Yeah, because at least we just saw the Superman, right? Hot Toys versus InArt.
Yeah.
So that would have been really cool to get the third.
JND will probably do that Superman. I bet you they will.
And 6 scale?
I bet you they will. I bet you they'll do it. They'll probably do Bane too, which InArt's not going to do Bane, but they said they don't want to.
Yeah.
Ooh, and that's true. Heath Ledger Joker. That's true. All three did Heath Ledger Joker. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but not head to head.
Right. Not at the same time. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And it's not exactly fair because InArt's was a couple years ago, and it's definitely InArt's worst figure for sure.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Right. Because it was still a great figure for its time, but now it looks very dated compared to the other two.
That's banana talk.
Yeah. Dude,
and I still remember. Man. I still remember when that one came out, everybody was like, it's the greatest figure ever. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? It was like, there was hype. You know what I mean? Now you look at it, and it's like, because you've seen everything that's happened after the fact, and not just Heath Ledger Jokers, but everything in terms of how it's advanced in terms of the likenesses that we're getting with certain figures. Like certain figures, they look like the actual person would come to life type of thing. You know what I mean? And so, you see that InArt one, and it's just kind of like, that's like 3 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very fair, very fair. Well, look. InArt has some shit going on, so we want to talk about that real quick. Kevin's back. So I want to share something real quick. I have heard rumblings of the InArt Legolas releasing soon, which I think is probably going to happen probably next week, would be my speculation. Tim Sent, Toys Buying Agent, already has it for sale. So you can buy this. And I plugged in the price here. It's what, $673 plus shipping. He was what, I think $500. So you're definitely paying a premium to get this early, which I would not recommend unless you don't already have it on pre-order and you have no other options. Even then, maybe consider what else is out there. But I'm really excited about this Legolas because I always thought the head sculpt was pretty good. Not pretty great, but pretty good. And I pre-ordered it anyway because I have Gandalf and Aragorn and I love Lord of the Rings. I have a quarter scale Sauron over there. Huge fan of Lord of the Rings. I'm in on the Lord of the Rings line, and I've always wanted a Legolas in 1/6 scale. And I'm glad that InArt is doing it because I think they're going to do a great job here. I have a gut instinct, a suspicion that they have made improvements to this head sculpt, but they have not exactly said so. And I think you're going to see something that's even better than the prototype. That's my speculation. We'll see. Only time will tell. But I'll ask you, Jose, do you expect to see improvements with this Legolas? Do you think it's going to be close to the prototype or worse? What are your expectations with it?
That's a tough question. Improvements, probably not. What I would be concerned about is if it did downgraded even slightly. Usually with InArt, there's also that little slight, downgrade. It's not huge. Usually it's kind of very minimal. But for the most part, even with Aragorn, we saw that, Aragorn, like you saw those promotional shots, you thought it was the actual living person, right? And then when you got it, it was still pretty good, but it wasn't those photos. So I would be slightly concerned about that, but I don't think they'll be InArt for the most part. They kind of deliver on what they say they were going to give you. So they usually give you that. So I don't expect it to be a huge drop off. I'm pretty sure that what you were sold is what you're going to get with this. I don't expect any huge improvements personally, but I don't know. I didn't personally get this one. I love Lord of the Rings, but I was like, I have to stay out of the line because it's just too much. They might get me with Frodo, but I don't know. We'll see. But for the most part, I skipped. I didn't Gandalf. Once I didn't get Gandalf, and then he went huge for like price wise, I was like, no. I was just at this point, I'm done. So I'm excited though that it's coming out, especially, I had been hearing the same thing that it's coming sometime next week. So that's exciting. And, I can't wait to see all these photos and how people are going to make this look spectacular. Because sometimes our collectors in the community take better photos than these, than the actual companies. And so once you see them in hand, you're like, oh, wow, like that's just amazing. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be super sweet. I think this is gonna be a really good figure. And again, if it stacks up anywhere close to Aragorn and Gandalf, then I think you got a hell of a figure here. And to have that trio is gonna be incredible. And again, you're gonna get Sam, like you mentioned, Jose. You're gonna get Frodo. You're gonna get Gollum probably at some point. They're gonna start going down this line for sure. Apparently they're not interested in making a Sauron because he's just too big. I understand that, but I don't agree with it. But I understand it. I think they should make one. I think they should try to do it. Even if you have to take a slight loss on that figure, try to do it. Like that, like do what you can. Make it a statue. I don't know. Anything you got to do to make a Sauron. Like, because even if you got to take a slight loss on it because it's so expensive and not everyone's going to be able to or want to buy that. Like, I think it would just be a really cool offering that you could show off at cons and all your social media. That would be really cool and get people's attention. Prime 1 has certainly done it with multiple Sauron statues, and they're incredible. So that character just has a lot of presence. But Dean, what do you think with this Legolas? Are we expecting to see something really great here? What do you think?
I don't know what you really could improve on this Legolas. I mean, as it sits, it's pretty fantastic. And InArt is pretty consistent on proto versus final.
Yeah.
I mean, this, like you said, you're gonna have Gandalf and Aragorn's already out. For some fucking reason, they gave us Thorin instead of Gimli.
Yeah, that was odd.
we still need Gimli, which is crazy. Yeah, this is good.
I like Thorin. I mean,
Thorin
I like Thorin
he
too.
looks incredible, but
he looks incredible.
But he's not Gimli. Yeah,
he's not Gimli. And it's like, bro, you already started with, oh my, you already started with, yeah, sorry, someone's in my house, so Kevin is not happy. You already started the Fellowship line, and then you jumped to the Hobbit series for some reason. For one character, they've only done the one.
Right. Yeah.
They haven't even done a Bilbo, but we don't get Gimli, which that I still think that's a huge fumble. But yeah, Legolas looks good. I can't wait. I thought this was going to be out months ago, to be honest, but if it's around the corner, I think that's a W for the collectors picking these up.
I'm super excited, dude. I'm super excited. I'm ready for this guy. It's one of the ones that I wanted most from the InArt offerings. Like, and Legolas was, again, huge Lord of the Rings fan. So I'm like, I really would love to have Legolas. I really wanted Aragorn, Gandalf, and Legolas. Those are the three that I wanted. Like, I know you mentioned Frodo, Jose, and like that would be cool to me. I would definitely get a Frodo, but he doesn't excite me as much as the trio does. And to have Gimli too, like Dean said, I think a Gimli, people love that Asmus Gimli. So I think if you had an InArt treatment on that and made it with a rooted beard and hair, I think it would, because the Thorin looks incredible. But if you made Gimli, I think that would do well. And Frodo will certainly do well with Sam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have the Asmus photos of Sauron? Or Saruman? Sorry, Saruman.
Oh, no, I can pull it up. The Crown series?
Yeah. They just had some behind the scenes photos.
Okay.
Asmus, I feel like once InArt announced their Gandalf, they kind of, I don't want to say they stepped up their game because they've released some dog water since, but
yeah,
the Saruman's looking really good. And then the last Gimli they released was so long ago. That's such an expensive figure now. It's like buying a fucking JND at this point.
Right.
But I think the Saruman's looking great. I think this looks really good.
It is looking pretty good. It's definitely looking better than the prototype did.
Yeah, obviously there's no futzing. It's behind the scenes. So, but it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I mean, hey, and I don't think InArt's making Sauron anytime soon. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be a thing. But and look, we're going to talk about that. We're going to speculate on some InArt here because there's some rumors going around and apparently inside information, but I have not yet been able to confirm this. So we're going to talk about it just in a speculative way. But there's a lot of InArt rumors circulating around. Jose, Dean, I'm sure you guys probably saw this out there. Like, it was posted on the Hot Toys subreddit. And we could talk about just, what this would actually mean. Hopefully people can see this on their screen pretty well. I've zoomed in on it, but there's a lot here and I'll recap it real quick. So the Wonder Woman apparently is not undergoing further optimization. Like, they're not improving the head sculpt, in other words, which I find surprising. I don't know if I believe that. Like, I think that InArt is extremely reactive, sometimes too much, sometimes overreactive to community feedback. And I think that they will absolutely take that Wonder Woman and probably improve it, but apparently not. Regardless, metal grade silicone for the Wonder Woman. The eyes are movable, but they're not magnetic, meaning you're not going to have the little tool that JND has. The sword is die-cast metal. The shield is not. Genuine leather. The tiara cannot be removed. They don't recommend removing the armor. Why would you want to? Why would you want to? I don't know. Like, why would you want to do that? Maybe I'm missing something here.
I wonder if that question comes from, those mock-ups that like leaked or what from that presentation. They had originally shown that it was going to be swappable armor, where like they were going to show you like the darker one and then like the lighter one that she used for 84, and then you were going to be able to swap it. I think maybe they might have tried to do that and they couldn't do it, so then it's not an option, and maybe the question comes from there.
I find this one statement concerning. Like, if there's silicone damage not caused by human factors, you can contact customer service for a free replacement. How on earth would you ever know that? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I could pose the shit out of my Wonder Woman and put her back in a basic pose and be like, oh, her arms are split. Like that. Like, how would you ever be like, everyone is going to start coming for replacements if the ship breaks down. So hopefully it doesn't break down because medical grade silicone. If I was InArt, I would just say, I'm confident in my product. It's not going to break down on you for 30 years or whatever the fuck they say. Like, that is so vague. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. But Smooth Criminal, we already knew about that. A 1/6 Anne Hathaway Catwoman is apparently coming soon, which we knew about that. That sounds about right. Pattinson in 1/12 scale is coming soon, releasing this year. No plans for John Wick. We already knew that. No plans for 1/6 scale John Wick. Hot Toys and JND are taking over that one. Nazgul, no updates, hopefully before the end of the year. Erlang Shen, which I'm super excited about, finally took him down in Wukong. 1/6 scale Erlang Shen is coming, and love that. That is the perfect figure to make for the Wukong line. They should have already made it. It's perfect. That's the great choice. I love that. 1/12, the Wukong bronze armor. Christian Bale Batman, apparently 1/6 scale is finally coming. Oh my God. That is the best piece of news that I saw from this. Like, how long have we waited for a Christian Bale Batman from InArt? I have not bought a Hot Toys this whole time because I've been waiting for InArt to do him. And every time I do a collection tour, I get comments saying, Will, you have Joker, you have Bane, you have Two-Face, but you don't have Batman. Yeah, because I've been waiting for InArt this whole time. And finally, they're going to do it. And the 12th scale was incredible. That is the best piece of news on here. And of course, no reissue plans for any product, apparently. That clearly does not say 2.0, right? So they probably would 2.0 something, but they will not flat out reissue something. That's great. Love that. Legolas is shipping soon. Bruce Lee is it's in development. 1/6. Walking Dead figures are very close, and a fourth sister from Wukong is also in development. So Wukong, they plan on developing that line. Christian Bale, Anne Hathaway, Catwoman are coming. Nothing on Nightmare Batman, apparently, which I'm surprised by. Honestly, I thought that would be in there somewhere. I thought that was close. But Jose, what do you think? Is there any rumor here that particularly excites you from these updates?
Not necessarily. I mean, the Christian Bale one definitely stands out. The DX19 was good for its time, and I know the Armory one is pretty good. But there's all these customs out there that just make that DX19, especially the sculpt of the Christian Bale, just not look very good. So InArt would definitely up that and make it even better. So, and it would be something that you could obviously get, but without having to kind of mix and match like all these custom capes and custom head sculpts and so on and so forth. So that one's a long time coming. The Catwoman, I feel, is a long time coming. I mean, the 2.0 Hot Toys one, I got that one, and with the idea, I was like, well, I can see some of the improvements. I own the 1.0, and I was like, I could see some of the improvements, but then I got it in hand, and I saw the forehead and the way that the doll hair was coming out from the top of the forehead, and I was like, no, I can't do this. Not for. I think I got it. What was it, last year, 2024? I was like, not for. I mean, I was like, that's not up to date. This is definitely like Hot Toys. Definitely they just kind of half-assed it. You know what I mean? It wasn't the quality that they should have been doing.
It's not to the degree it should be. Yeah.
No. So I just felt, I was like, no. I remember I had it for a couple of weeks and then I sold it. I even took a little bit of a loss just to get it out of the collection. So because I was like, no, InArt's going to come through. They're going to do one. So I've been anticipating this one. I actually was asking about the Catwoman at the InArt event in San Diego. So I was asking him, and I was like, well, what's going on, man? What's going on? He's like, it's coming. So I know that one's been coming for a while. Nazgul's interesting, but there's not really any plan. I mean, there's any updates in terms of that. Michael Jackson, I mean, we all knew about that. New accessories, we know about the jukebox. But
what's disappointing though, Jose?
Yeah,
nothing from Game of Thrones.
I know.
Nothing.
Oh my God,
nothing.
That's a good
Game
point.
of Thrones is not happening this year. Might not even happen next year. And
I know
that statement still sticks with me. Game of Thrones, we see it as our Star Wars. No, you do not, because you are not making it.
No.
What was Dean saying? Sorry, lagged. Wait, Jose, he's lagging for you too, right?
He's lagging
this year.
Okay.
He's lagging.
Wait, oh yeah, he's lagging for sure. Dean is downloading porn again. I think that's what's happening. So no, Jose, but I mean, look. Game of Thrones, look, I've had this Drogon 1/6 scale from 3.0 and this Beast Kingdom throne for how many years now? And I've been waiting for InArt so I could build out this case. I have a specific Game of Thrones case so I can get Daenerys and Jon Snow and anything else they're going to make from Game of Thrones, because the 3.0 ones most of them aren't that great. Let's be real.
No.
And I had a couple of them and they're okay, but they're not great. And if you could put an InArt 3.0 display with this Drogon, that's why I got Drogon, because I was like, Danny's going to get made. Where is it? Danny was teased like a year and a half ago, and nothing. So
yeah. When I spoke with them at Comic-Con, I did get the info that they are working on it and that they are essentially for Danny, they're looking to do 2 outfits. Because of the pushback on the initial one that they showed, they had kind of basically gone back to the drawing board and they were basically going to work on the body to do more of a like a where she shows more skin in the earlier seasons. So like I think they
Yeah.
mentioned like the blue outfit, the one from
Well,
season
now that they can
3.
do the silicone, yeah, go
Yeah,
for it.
yeah, yeah. So they mentioned that, and they were like, "Well, that's kind of a work in progress." He's like, "But we did like that military look, so we might do both versions depending on the sales of the first one." And then they said, from what they told me, they said it was Jon Snow, Daenerys, and then surprisingly, they said the Hound. So that's what they told me. So I was like, the Hound. I was like, I'm like, that's interesting. I'm like, not Tyrion or Jamie or
Night
Brienne of
King.
Tarth, the
Yeah,
Night
right.
King. You know what I mean? I was like, no, the Hound. I was like, but you know what? Like, I thought about it and I sat with it and I was like, you know what? Like, with the hair and all that
Yeah,
and the armor and all that, I'm like, that might be kind of cool. And then he's gonna have a resurgence again because he's gonna play Balin Skull in Ahsoka
right.
season 2. So
Dude,
I mean,
imagine
that
if they
might
did the
be.
mountain in his armor.
Oh
Like,
my,
that would be
yeah,
incredible with the red
yeah.
eyes, like, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And they said they
That'd
look,
be.
it's their Star Wars, their word, so they wanna make the whole line, right?
Mhm,
So, great. Start with John and Danny. Make a early season Danny with you got the silicone now. They can make a silicone arm Danny, right?
mhm.
So, and then you make Danny in the Targaryen armor from season 8. Like I think they should do that with John too. Make John from Night's Watch and make John from season 7, 8 with the Stark
Yes.
armor. Like I
Mhm,
want the
mhm.
Stark armor look. That's the one I
Me too.
honestly want. Like that I want
Me
that
too.
one. So, but I would get Night's Watch. I for sure would. But
It's just I like the attachment to the Stark armor personally, and like the
right.
Battle of the Bastards, and season 7, all that. So personally, I just feel like that gives it a nice like regal look. Versus like the Night Watch is cool, but he's just wearing all black,
Right,
and
it's
then
all
his
black.
so it's
And,
like
and I saw someone was asking Jose, it's the con this year that you went to, not last year,
yes,
right? Yeah, this
yeah,
year.
yeah. It was this year. Yeah, I've gone last year. You were here last year,
Last year.
but
This
for
year I
this
missed
year,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this year you missed it, but this year I was the one probing them. I was like on it. I was like, "Yo, this is." I missed a couple things, but Game of Thrones was one that I brought up, and that's what they told me
Yeah.
specifically.
And,
But
and
yeah,
I agree with the Walking Dead stuff with Austin. I want those. Look, I'm not as crazy about Daryl. Most people are. I want Negan and Rick. Those are the two that are really my
mhm.
priorities. Those two are essentials to me. But Daryl's like, okay, if I can fit it in, I'll do it. But I really want Nick with Nick. I really want Negan and Rick. That's really the two that I want. Dean, it seems like you're stable now. Are you good?
Am I? I don't know.
Yeah, you're good now, I think.
Okay.
So, but what do you think about this list?
Well, going back to Game of Thrones really quick, I was saying if you're not doing it this year, next year is a tough sell.
Yeah.
It's like, how far removed are we going to get before you start pumping these out? And are people going to give a shit? I don't know, man. But yeah, this list, I'm confused with the Pattinson Batman.
Oh, 12 scale. 12 scale.
Okay, it doesn't specify any scale, and I was like,
Yeah, 12
am
scale.
I crazy? I thought that came out already. So
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And then I guess really the next thing that I'm excited about, it just says new products will be announced next month. So maybe we do get Game of Thrones next month. Maybe they announce it then.
Maybe. I think it might be Catwoman or Bale, but that would be my guess.
Yeah, it could be. It could be anything else that's on this list, but
or Walking Dead.
I mean, everything else is specified, and then it just says new products will be announced. So, I mean, that's a distinct thing on this list, and everything else is names. So, I'm hoping to see some new stuff that we haven't seen before, or even knew they were working on. Like, oh, damn! Because again, I don't own a single InArt thing. They haven't released anything that other than their Lord of the Rings stuff, but there's too many characters for me to get or that I want that I just can't spend that kind of money on, that I'm like, I chose not to buy the Lord of the Rings stuff. So other than that, they haven't come out with a product that I'm like, I need to own that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I want them to get my money. I feel like because when they first showed up, I was like, whatever. They're just talking out their ass. and they shut me up, dude. They really put me in my place, and I've been really impressed with them as a company and everything they've done. So it's like I want to support them. They just haven't. They don't have any real licenses that I'm like after. So the Game of Thrones will be really exciting for me. Dany for sure, Jon Snow for sure. The Hound is one of my favorite characters, so I would definitely.
So you would get the Hound. Okay, so you're in on Game of Thrones then. Okay.
Yeah, I'd be really excited for that.
You got to find the Drogon then, because they're not going to make one of those. Yeah.
I've been asking you to sell me yours.
Yeah, right. That box is massive, dude. It's massive. It would cost me.
I'll drive up there.
It would cost me $400 to ship it, probably. Like it's massive.
No, I'll just drive over there for that kind of money.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. So we'll see what happens next month, I guess.
Yeah, we will. I'm excited about it. Look, wait on that Nazgul, but The Walking Dead, I would suspect Walking Dead would probably be soon.
Yeah,
I was told originally May, Jose. I don't know what you heard, and that didn't happen.
Yeah, what they told me at the event was that it was a licensing issue with Daryl. That it was an issue with Daryl that was happening that was preventing them from, because they wanted to put all of them on pre-order, but at the time the Daryl's people, I'm trying to remember his real name, but his people, Norman Reedus, right? Norman Reedus, I think that's his name.
Yeah,
his people were pushing InArt to not make the one from The Walking Dead. They wanted it from the show. So I guess
from the new Daryl show. Okay.
The new, Norman Reedus. So they were pushing it from that show, but apparently they had given him like the prototype and or at least shown it to him, and he liked it. But his people were pushing, we'll make it for the show, so that way it's promoting the show. And then InArt was like, well, no, we want to make it because it's all of them from the same line. And apparently that was like a debate that they were having currently, and that's what was delaying it. That's what they told me, but.
Yeah, well, that sounds about right. That sounds right. Yeah. So, yeah, that's great. So, yeah, dude, Jose with the inside information, dude, that's fantastic. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
But I wish I could have made it to that event, dude. I mean, I can tell you, the year before, the food was great. Honestly, I don't know if it was this year too, but the food they had the first year was really strong. Actually, it was really good, surprisingly good. I was like, damn, this is great. It was funny before the event though. Like I got there with them to help. All of us helped set up. Remember, like we were all there pretty early, helping InArt set up everything. And they had me like run around to go downtown to get batteries because they needed batteries for the Apex cases. So I never got reimbursed for that actually. But I had to go like walk around downtown to get them like little watch batteries for the remotes for the Apex cases. So so that was fun. People downtown in San Diego were nice. It was cool. I used my GPS. I found like an Ace Hardware or something, and I just went and found the batteries I needed. But yeah, they didn't. So without that, you never would have seen those figures lit. So I saved the day. So yeah, congratulations to me. But I'll take my victory lap on that one as well.
No, I'm sure they appreciated it.
Yeah, for sure. They were like, "Will, we need batteries." I was like, "Okay, I'm on it, dude. I'm on it. I'll be the errand boy for this one. Let's just do it." So yeah, but anyway, guys, let's keep moving on to our next topic here. So look, I ran a poll recently, and I have a video coming out this Sunday that it's completely uploaded. It's just scheduled for this Sunday, and it's about the artisan line. And I have some interesting thoughts that I want to, I guess share on it. And I'm just a little bit conflicted. And this John Wick, I think, has made it even more difficult. And I don't want to spoil anything in the video. I'm not completely ruling out buying more from the artisan line, but the experience that I had with Scarlet Witch was so disheartening that it did kind of turn me off just a little bit on the artisan line, because I know, Dean, you saw them, Jose, if you saw, Sideshow did everything they possibly could. I appreciate them. They were great. They made it right. I got one glue staining on the head sculpt. They sent me a new one. They said, okay, get the new one, check it out, and then send us back the old one. Cool. That sounds great. So get the new one, glue staining on the head sculpt again. I send them the photos. They're like, look, we had everyone inspect everything. This is the best one we have that we sent you. And I was like, look.
Oh my.
They were like, look, all of them have slight, artistic imperfections, whatever. And they were like, we don't really feel confident if we send you another one that you're not going to have the same problem. So I was like, okay, let's do a refund. Let's just do a return, because if I'm not going to be happy with it, let's just do a refund. We'll go that. So that's what we did. Is the artisan line worth the risk? Because most people are fine. I've said it from the beginning. I would argue maybe 90% or more are getting great artisan figures that they're very happy with. But every once in a while, like Black Widow, I've not seen any problems so far. No glue issues. Imposter Joker, fine. Jack Sparrow, fine. Empire Luke, fine. Anakin, pretty much fine, besides like 1 or 2 issues. Joker had some problems. Scarlet Witch has some problems. Joaquin Joker seems fine. Darkseid Anakin seems fine, right? It just depends on certain batches. And I'm wondering, Jose, do you think Artisan is still worth the risk? Because there is a potential that you get a dud here with some glue issues. And it happened to me twice for the same figure. What do you think about this so far?
That's a tough one. I think it depends the level of investment that you have in each particular character and the desire that you want for that particular character in terms of the aesthetic that you want to have for your collection. Do you want it to look as realistic as possible? And is that why you're pursuing the kind of the best possible option? But it all depends, right? Like there's certain figures, like we were just talking about the Wick, where do you actually need to get the artisan? I'm like, yeah, it would be nice to get it, but if you have to settle for sculpted, I don't think you're getting a bad option there. So I think it all depends in terms of risk. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's not worth that price. I mean, there's some of these are almost, what were we talking about, like $500-$600 per, like taxes, shipping, and tariffs all included. So it's like we're talking about something that's really, really expensive. Like for me personally, like it also depends. Are you getting it strictly from Sideshow? Because if you're getting it strictly from Sideshow, you do have the option, like you said, where unfortunately you did have that situation. However, you had the option to go ahead and get your money back. You were able to get reimbursed. You were able to send it back. You weren't happy with it. You were able to send it back. If you go to Hong Kong and you purchase this from one of these, you think they're going to be telling you, oh yeah, go ahead, send it back. Like it's not going to be that simple. And then you're talking about like reseller prices. So we're talking about $600-$700, even more. I mean, that Anakin, that Sith Anakin, how much was that going for? Will, you paid for that one, so you know how expensive that one was. So it's like, had you got that one and it had the glue issue, like how hard would it have been to deal with? You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think that when it's something like that, it's not worth it. But again, you have to consider various factors, like where are you buying it from? Can you get it back? Is it a character that you're fully invested in? And it's like, is it one that you're like, oh, like I love Harley Quinn. Everything about Harley Quinn, I need to get the artisan. Like that's what I need. And with Harley Quinn in particular, that's the only option. There was no sculpted, right? So there's certain figures where it's like there's sculpted options not there. But if there's a sculpted option and you're like, hey, I like that character, but maybe I don't necessarily need to invest $600 in it. Well, then go ahead and get the sculpted. So again, it just depends.
Yeah, I think so too. And I mean, look, I have God Loki on pre-order. I have Jack Sparrow in my collection. I have the Darkseid Anakin. I'm on the wait list for Winter Soldier, and I have people luckily willing to sell it to me. I really want that Winter Soldier really bad. Look, I have a bunch of these on pre-order. I didn't get Sam or Bank Robber Joker. I have the InArt Joaquin. Don't need the Hot Toys. So I still think it is worth the risk to spoil that. I still think it is. But at the end of the day, I'm not. I feel trepidation more so than I felt before. And it's not a good feeling. But I will say that, look, I think Hot Toys is going to improve the line. I think it's going to get better and better. Just give it some time. They're going to improve. It's going to work itself out, particularly if we're giving them this type of feedback. I think we can't accept these type of issues forever. People are already losing faith in the artisan line. I think that's very clear. I've ran a poll on my channel. Do you believe Hot Toys artisan line is worth the asking price? 84% said no.
Yeah, not surprised.
I don't know if that's indicative of the entire community, Jose, but it's staggering. It's a staggering statistic. 84% of people said no. Like that's 84%. Really like that is very high. That's a lot of Hot Toys collectors who do not believe artisan are worth it. But yet they're selling out. So I don't fucking know what to believe. Who knows? Either way, Dean, is the artisan line worth the risk right now? What are you thinking about this?
That's tough. I'm pretty optimistic like you, Will.
Right.
I still want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't even want to give them that much credit. I was gonna say they're still new to this, but like, are they? Like,
well, to this type of hair, they are. I mean,
yeah, but they've been fucking making toys for fucking 20 years. But I will say it seems every release gets a little bit better, right? The Joker well, the first Joker didn't have any problems. The imposter Joker. And then the second one seemed to have all the problems. And then the Anakin started having problems. But then the Jack Sparrow didn't.
Right.
So I don't know, but bro, 84% of people think it's not worth the money. That's
but how are they selling out so fast then? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, your sample size is what?
Right. Very
1% of the collecting
compared to the entire bucket. I get that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, and a lot of those people aren't even on social media. And,
sure.
They're just your average collector, right? I would say we're not the average collector, right?
Right.
They probably don't even know that these channels exist and there's people who talk about them. They just buy a cool thing and they see.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that is a pretty staggering pool size of that's wild.
1,600 people. So
but and with InArt and JND both in the ring now, I could see how some people be like, yeah, just that's the meme, right? Wait for InArt. Just wait to see what InArt does it, because I'll get that instead. But I will say I feel like Hot Toys has been getting a little bit better at every time, right? The Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, that didn't have any issues. No, those are 4-packs. If anyone's gonna have a problem, it's gonna be at least one of them, right? Yeah. I haven't seen any.
No. For the
I guess I'll have to wait and
the InArt Joaquin.
No, the Hot Toys Joaquin.
Oh no, that's a single
I haven't
pack.
seen any
That's a single pack. Yeah.
Oh fuck, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, it's a single pack. But you're right though, no issues. I'm not seeing a single issue with it. I'm not seeing a single problem. Yeah.
And then I guess I'll have to wait and see what's up with your Scarlet Witch, because I haven't really seen anybody else with problems with theirs.
I've seen maybe 2 other people than me. Yeah, not a ton, but a few.
So I mean, that's what, hit, miss, kind of a miss. Dark Side Anakin, Darth Vader, that didn't have any problems. I don't remember. So what, 50% they're hidden? And even then, when they miss, it's a very, at least, small sample size of everybody getting their stuff. It's not like everybody, and they're having to recall these things. It's just like certain collectors are getting duds. Right. So it's not like a super widespread thing, but I would still say it's very concerning as a buyer of these things. So
yeah, and
it's something to keep an eye out for when you do. But I mean, Hot Toys is coming out with a really great product at a really competitive price, with the added benefit of getting them through Sideshow with excellent customer service. And I mean, that's one thing Sideshow absolutely kills everybody on, is customer service.
Yeah, they were great with me. Very responsive.
It's responsive, quick, friendly. I've never had an issue with Sideshow where I felt like I was like taken advantage of or treated badly. Ooh. They're always not, even when I'm in the wrong, they'll bend over backwards to like try and figure it out for me. You know what I mean?
Yep. Dean, breaking news a little bit here. Caden Castle said, got my Black Widow a few days ago. Some glue showing.
Oh no.
Oh, well, that's the first one I've heard of. Oh, thanks so much, Caden, by the way. Sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, sorry to hear
R.I.P.
that.
But
okay, well, that's something to keep an eye out for. So
I mean, if this is with Black Widow,
if it's another release like that, that's a huge nail in the coffin for this line.
Like, InArt is having other QC problems, but this is not one of them. They're not having glue hair issues. Yeah.
No, theirs is like our wrists are falling off.
Right.
Yeah, if this keeps persisting, I mean, no one's pre-ordering these things. You know what I mean? Like,
well, dude, and it sucks, Dean, because I thought Scarlet Witch was incredible looking as a figure. I really loved it. I wanted to keep it. I was like, it's great. I just don't want a glued head. Like that's I loved it. Maybe I'll end up getting the sculpted later. I don't know, but
and you know, going back to what we were talking about earlier with your average collector not being on here and talking about it, it might be even worse than we think it is.
It might be. It might be. Sideshow might be like, God damn, we're getting so many returns on these artists.
Yeah, there's really no way of knowing that.
Yeah,
and I guess we'll have to see, you know, what happens with the line, but. I mean, they keep putting up pre-orders, so I don't know if they hear any murmurs.
Yeah,
you would think that Sideshow, because they collaborate with Hot Toys, is most likely communicating this data to them, right? And stating, hey, like we're getting so many returns. Like this is the high percentage of the returns that we're getting on the artisan. Like something is going on with the hair that's causing issues from where you distribute it to here, and we distribute to the customers. So something is going on. I would think that that's data that they're providing to Hot Toys, and Hot Toys is just like, oh, okay, like maybe we need to reassess how we're doing this. For the next figure, we have to do it a different way, so on and so forth. I would think, but I don't know. I'm not in those rooms, but
something's going on. But yeah, no, something's going on. We did get a super chat, a couple actually. I'm gonna address real quick. Brooklyn Wolf, thanks so much, bro. Shout out to Brooklyn. Yo, Will, your voice sounds off. You good, bro? No. And you can see I'm actually getting worse as the stream goes on. So yeah, no, I'm not doing well. I'm not thriving at all. Something is going on. I'm very sick. I've been out of work the last 2 days, but I never miss a live stream. So I can do a live stream for an hour and a half, although you can tell my voice is starting to go at this point. So, but thank you so much, Brooklyn. Check out his reviews. He did a review on Wukong and Michael Jackson, actually. Great reviews, very unique, very cool style. Love it. So check out Brooklyn. Great dude over there. So one Adam 12, thank you so much, bro, with super chat. $4.99 in the past week. Hot Toys produced perhaps the best two figures I've seen, Black Widow and Wolverine. They also gave us that Peacemaker 2.0. So there's that. That's true, Adam.
Yeah.
Adam got Black Widow in, I think, from what I saw already.
Yes, he did. He did.
So,
yeah, he did a great review.
Yeah, so Adam, shout out to Adam. Check out that review as well. Great stuff over there as well. We talked about Caden's issue, so that's unfortunate. Miguel Rico said, Unc Willie, dude. Thanks so much, bro. Appreciate you. Oh, that's cool. So we'll have to post the link maybe after the show. Alpha said John Wick Artisan Edition RSVP is on Sideshow. That's cool.
Wow.
That's cool.
Okay.
So, of course, if he goes for pre-order next week, which would be my suspicion before JND jumps in, probably next week, and I will go live for it. How about that? That'll be fun. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do an AI voice, like Miguel said. So, anyway, guys, let's do it. Let's just do this thing. Let's get it done. The John Wick giveaway. Let's do it. It is right. Let's hope this goes better than the last one. So, this is the John.
For real.
They never go well on this channel, to be honest. I don't know why. People like it though, so I'll keep doing it.
Got a new batch of haters.
It's John Wick 4, John Wick. It's the chapter 4 John Wick. It is from Comic Concepts. It is still packaged up. I did open it to inspect it, but that's about it. I think I showed it to my girlfriend. I was like, what do you think about this John Wick? And that's like as much as I did with it. So, but other than that, it's great. Everything's there. Everything's pretty much brand new back in the packaging. So you're going to get pretty much a brand new John Wick. Let me bring up the wheel spinner.
Hold on.
What were we saying?
You said that you showed it to her, but you didn't tell us what she thought. You got to tell us now.
Oh, like, dude, she thought it was really good. Actually, she thought it was really good. She's seen my collection in person, so she really likes it. But she said it was really great, and she thought it was really good. And I was like, my dilemma, Jose, was like, do I keep this and review it? Do I think it's good enough, or do I do a giveaway for it so someone who might appreciate it more than I will? And she was like, I think it's great. Why would you not want to keep this? And I was like, I wasn't convinced. I was like, it's good. Yeah. It's good. But is it great? No, I think the ones we got recently are great. I love that, by the way, this website is advertising JND to me right now. So do Spec Fiction, which is retargeting ads. Shout out to Todd for that one. But anyway, guys, we got a randomized wheel spinner. I had 136 entries here. So we're going to spin it. Again, channel members got 2 entries. And if you didn't follow the rules of the contest, I could not enter you. The contest said you had to comment your favorite figure on that video. And you also had to comment your Instagram username. So if you didn't do both those things, you didn't get entered. You had to do that. If you didn't do that, then you have to make sure you follow the directions more closely next time. So we had a bunch of entries here. I'm going to spin it. Remember, you have to be here. If you're not here, then you're not going to win it. Okay. And then I will ship it to you. Okay. You got to hit me up on Instagram or Facebook or something. Just show me proof of your username that you exist. And then we'll spin it and go from there. So yeah, let's do it. Let's spin it. Let's see who's going to win. It's going to be Dean, probably. It's going to be Dean. Yeah. Dean entered under like an alter ego. It sounds like.
I didn't.
His burner account.
Ty Rock. Ty Rock is the official winner. Is Ty? And again, if Ty's not here, we'll give him about a minute or two. If Ty Rock is not here,
do you have to be in the stream to win?
You do. If you're not, then I'm going to spin it again, and you're going to be disappointed that you didn't win. Ty is here. Wow! Thank God. Thank God the winner was here the first time. Congratulations!
Wow! Yeah.
Ty Congratulations! Congrats, bro. You got a John Wick chapter
brother.
4. Yeah, that actually went. Awesome. That actually went way better than all the other ones have gone. Yeah, that was great. First try. That's great,
bro. We did. On Collecting Weekly, we did a giveaway. Natalie G gave us a Mark 50 to give away.
Yeah,
it was like pulling teeth. Like,
yeah, that's what we did.
Like people were winning it and then just like not like claiming it for like a month, and then finally somebody was like, "Yeah," I was like, thank God.
Shout out to the girlfriend. See, she's here. She's ready. She's like, look, it's a great figure.
There she is.
She's ready. She's ready to chime in here. And what did Ty say? Ty was in here. Love you guys. Love you too, bro. Absolutely, man. Happy you won this. It's going to be great. And remember, it's not over, guys. Whenever we hit 15K on this channel, we're giving away a sculpted hair Heath Ledger Joker from Hot Toys. So that I still have in my room, boxed up, brand new, inspected it. That's it. Back in the box. So Ty is the winner for this one. I'm not going to make it. So yeah, this is, I might not make it through the night at this point. Anyway, I think we got time for one more topic. So we did the giveaway. Ty, hit me up, bro, on Instagram or Facebook or something, and I'll get your information and ship this out to you. Maybe I can get it out tomorrow. I'll just wear a mask if I go to UPS. I did go to Subway today, and people were trying to stand close to me, and I was like, back up, dude. Social distance. Like, I bought cookies though. Dean, do you get the Subway cookies, bro? Because they're pretty fucking fire. They're underrated. I know Jose.
They are. Yes, 100%. I agree.
The chocolate chip cookies, dude. They're great.
It's been so long since I've ate at Subway, but yeah, I think I've had their cookies before.
Dude, the chocolate chip. If you guys are out there looking for cookies tonight, I would recommend them.
The Jimmy John's cookies.
Oh, I've not had those.
Those are huge too. But yeah, I always get coffee at McDonald's, and if you order through the app, you get a free cookie. I didn't know that.
Oh, that's great. Wow. Ty also said, "Don't ship your sickness with it, dude." That's part of winning a free figure. You might get a consequence. You're rolling the dice on this one. So if you get sick, that's how it goes, bro. I don't think it's COVID. I'm not tested, but I had COVID before, and I think I felt worse than when I had COVID than now. So I don't think so. I will say though, yeah, I was gonna go hang out with my girlfriend again this weekend, but she's like, no, absolutely not. So I'm like, okay, that's actually fair.
Stay away from me.
Yeah, right. No, I've been banished, but that's actually fair. I probably deserved it because I am totally sick. So it's fine. Anyway, let's address this one real quick. I ran a poll recently about the value, like cost proposition versus the value of the figures that are out there. And I wanted to bring this up real quick. The highest quality, that wasn't it. It was the value. This one, yeah. So it had 2K votes on it, right? And you know, I had people comment if they felt it was other. That was only 3%. JND with a whopping 2% of the vote. A lot of anti-JND people out there. The value here proposition I think is really important. So Hot Toys ran away with this one. Everyone views Hot Toys. Hot Toys has become like the value brand, which I find like fascinating. Because Jose, in a matter of like what? 3 years, Hot Toys went from like the fucking premium figure company to the great value brand, like where you're going to get a really good product, but you pay a lot less for it. And like, it's not like the premium. So Jose, what do you think about that? I mean, this vote clearly shows they think Hot Toys are the best value. It doesn't mean they're not good, but it's like, I mean, that's pretty wild. What do you think?
I mean, I think it's a statement for the quality that InArt is producing. I think personally that people are seeing that as now the definitive premium brand, and now great value is Hot Toys. Now, Hot Toys, I mean, I feel like some people might get offended by that kind of comment. I'm not necessarily saying that that's what they are. I mean, I do definitely think they're the top of the line. However, they're more of a bargain, right? You can actually buy them. There's some figures you can still buy that are, you know, under $300, right? Versus you know, InArt, you're not going to get that. But they sell you on the idea that you're getting a superior product. Is it always true? I wouldn't say necessarily, but especially because Hot Toys, there's some DX figures where they pack it up, or I mean, I wouldn't even want to say DX because that's a whole other term, but you know what I mean? Like they pack so many accessories, so many different looks. I mean, just look at that Wolverine. I mean, that's top of the line, right? Like, and so, you know, for me personally, I think I see it that way, as in people can, their investments, they feel like you're getting more bang for your buck with the Hot Toys, because at that point, again, you're spending $300, or you know, ballpark around there on average 300, 350, 400, and you're getting a really superior product. Now InArt again is there, but again, because the price is so high, and perhaps they're not packing as many accessories because they're selling you on, well, we're a premium, you know, we're a premium product, you're getting like superb materials, you're getting genuine leather, you're getting all these die cast items, so on and so forth. At that point, they're selling you on the idea that this is more expensive. Like, oh, like, you know, I think someone mentioned it, like, oh, they're like Ferrari and one's Lamborghini or whatever. It's like, I like that, and I like that comparison, because it's like, well, one of them is like a little bit more of expensive, but they're both cars, you know what I mean? So
right, they're both premium cars.
Yeah.
Right. And by the way, I do got to say, Jose, I love that thought. Michael said talk about Sergeant Hound. I totally forgot about Sergeant Hound. So Sergeant Hound is gonna have to be next week. We'll talk about that. Shows how little I think about troopers, because I'm just like, dude, that it looks great, by the way, but not as important to me. So I try to be inclusive about what everyone else wants, but next week we'll talk about it, Michael. I promise you. But this week, I totally forgot. I'm gonna be honest. Dean, what do you think about the quality here? Because Jose makes some great points about Hot Toys. Like, they're still premium. They're just like, you know, like there's Ferrari, like you said, and there's like what, Mercedes, Tesla, Lambo. They're all premium. It's just a matter of like which is like top tier, and that's all up to your interpretation. But Dean, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I think Hot Toys is definitely the best value. They usually, well, I don't know, because they usually come with a pretty decent diorama base. They usually come with a pretty decent amount of accessories, hands, portraits. And like Jose said, you're still around that $300 mark, sometimes less, even after shipping and tax. And you get the benefit, not every time, I know people buy from different places, but you know, getting it from Sideshow and that customer service, and you know, God forbid you have a problem, it's solved relatively quickly and hassle free. So yeah, I think definitely best value. But the other people are, you know, they're making an argument for themselves. So, you know, InArt, their bases are usually very intricate and really cool. Like all the Harry Potter ones are amazing. The Lord of the Rings ones, they're simple, but they're beautiful. The Superman one was pretty cool with the crystals. Hot Toys did a little bit bigger of a crystal base for their Superman, but it's like also like plastic. So it kind of look, I don't want to say it looks cheap, but like the InArt one looks a little bit prettier. So yeah, there's definitely arguments to be made either way. So at 34% or 32%, they're not doing too bad. But yeah, Hot Toys is definitely taking the cake on this one.
Yeah, no, I would agree on that one. And my voice is starting to give. Darth Malik, am I wrong, guys? Sorry, my voice is shot. But is Tesla not like a premium vehicle? I feel like it is, isn't it? I'm not a car person. Did you have to wait like a year to get one? Like, isn't that how it works?
No, not anymore. But
I don't think not anymore. But
okay.
I mean, I mean, people here still. I mean, I don't know. People view things different. People have other opinions. But I mean, it's not easy for me to get a Tesla. It's an expensive car. So
right. Yeah. My cousin got one. It took him like he had to go on a wait list. He had
we had to wait. Originally, it was like a year, and then it got bumped down to like 8 months, and we got it early.
Oh, your family has one. Okay.
Yeah, and that was a $90,000 car.
Right. It's not cheap.
You get a tax credit, but it's only like $6,000. And then I just paid the registration yesterday, and that was $350. My truck costs $100 because you're not paying the gas tax. So they charge you, when you do your registration. So,
oh wow,
there are like cheaper versions of Teslas, but they're not inexpensive vehicles. But yeah, they're not. They're not Ferraris. Ryan, I would say more like a Mercedes is fair.
Yeah, Ryan just bought one last week. Shout out to Ryan. Congrats, bro.
Nice. Yeah, dude. I know people talk a lot of shit about Tesla because they don't like Elon Musk, but bro, Teslas are fucking nice.
Well, I mean, my cousins I know will self-drive. Like it's fucking sick, dude. It's great. So
the only difference, well, not only, but like let's just say, because there are $100,000 Teslas, you can go buy them, but the only difference between that and like your regular Tesla is a software update.
Right. Yeah.
If you get like the dual motor, long range, top of the line regular Tesla, that's again like $80,000-$90,000. And then you buy the $200,000 Tesla, it's the same interior, it's the same screen, maybe the steering wheel's different, but it's literally just a software update. So
it's kind of like Artisan. You get all the same accessories. You just get wool implanted hair. That's it.
The self-driving is it's like another $10,000 if you want it. But you just drive to the dealership, pay for it, and they unlock it for you. We got it for free for like a month or two. Insane. It's crazy, dude.
I would pay the $10,000 for it. Yeah, I would. I think it'd be worth it.
It's wild.
We're gonna wrap it there, guys. We're right at 7:00, and my voice is completely giving out by this point. So I appreciate you guys sitting with me. Jose, Dean, thank you guys so much. I put out a video recently about 13 Star Wars Hot Toys you should definitely buy. Please check that out if you have not already. It didn't do as well as I thought it was going to, but if you watched it, thank you so much. If you haven't watched it, please take some time. If you'd be willing to do that, I'd love that. New video dropping on this channel Sunday at noon, 12 p.m. Eastern. It's about the Hot Toys, Artisan line, and failing collectors. So it's gonna be pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I edited it, it's done, so it should be good. Enjoy that. Jose, dude, thank you so much for joining. Is there anything coming up, dude, on the channel that you want to discuss real quick?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you so much for letting me hang out with you guys. It's always fun to be here, so I really appreciate the invite. Well, yes, actually, I know you had Marco here last week, and he brought it up. But so they're doing the whole 24-hour stream celebration that's starting tonight, and we have a slot, me and Marco, on Marco's channel, do my show called Más o Menos, which is going to be at 6 a.m. Pacific or 9 a.m. Eastern. We're going to have a great show tonight. That morning. And it's going to be great. Like I said, a lot of the people in the community are involved and have like 2-hour time slots. There's going to be giveaways. We're going to have a giveaway maybe on the channel. So if you guys want to pop by and check it out, I would love you guys to be there. And definitely votes are impactful because we have a competition there. I think Marco brought it up, but basically we have a competition where two competitors come up and they do a boardroom style pitch, and they go ahead and present their ideas like if they were in the room with Hot Toys or InArt or whatever. So yeah, if you guys could swing by and go ahead and put in your votes, we would appreciate it. But yeah, absolutely. That's it.
Well, check it out, guys. Jose and Marco, both great guys on this channel pretty often, so check them out. Fantastic. And definitely don't miss it. Sounds great. It sounds really fun. I know Brick is doing his 24-hour Brick Artemis doing his 24-hour live stream. I think starting tonight or tomorrow.
Starting tonight, yeah.
Yeah.
It starts tonight.
Check that out. That's gonna be fun. Dean, is there anything coming up, dude, on collecting weekly that you want to address real quick? I know you guys always got something in the works.
Yeah, so we're also on the 24-hour live stream extravaganza for Brick Artemis. We are time slot 12 to 2 Central. So I don't know what time slot that is for everyone else. So that'll be cool. I don't know what we got 2 hours, so I don't know what exactly we're gonna do. I think we're doing a hot wing interview with each other, where we eat hot wings and ask each other questions.
That sounds great, actually.
So that could be fun. I don't know. That's gonna be fun. 2 whole hours, but yeah, it should be a good time. And then we'll wing it. We'll see what we got going on. Hang out. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, we got our shows, Collecting Weekly Live, and then After Dark. We just had Small Talk on Thursday, so if you like smaller scale stuff, we covered Mythic Legions, Mezco, SH Figure Arts, and what's the other one? Mofex,
nice.
Stuff like that. So if you like that kind of stuff, that was yesterday. You can check that out. So yeah, a lot of content over there for you guys.
Cool. Sounds great. Well, check out Collecting Weekly. Check out.
Oh, we did also talk about the HasLab. Oh, sorry.
No,
we did talk about the HasLab gunship yesterday.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that thing so much.
Dude, of course you do. Of course. Dean with the hot takes lately.
Well, I hate the idea of HasLab. Hasbro charging people to fund the shit that they've already made is bullshit.
Yeah, I get that.
And I just hate the idea of HasLabs. But yeah, I fucking ripped it to shreds. I love the gunship. I want one, but it shouldn't be $500 and they shouldn't put it behind a paywall. So
sure. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Earth 616. Yeah, I didn't even know it. I did that pun, but thank you. That was good.
There we go. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Shout out again to Ty Rock for winning the giveaway. Thank you for all who entered. Keep it rolling. 15K. We're going to do the Joker giveaway. So if you were entered in this one, you'll be entered in that one. No need to comment again. You're all good. Don't worry about it. Remember, I'm trying to find incentives for channel membership. If you're a channel member, you get 2 entries on this type of stuff. So I think Ty, I can't remember if Ty is. I think he might have had 2 entries. So if he did, then it worked out. So congrats to Ty. Hit me up, bro. And guys, check out the new video on the Star Wars Hot Toys and the one I have Sunday, please, if you would. I would greatly appreciate it. So anyway, catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for joining and thank you for bearing with my voice. Next week, I should be back to full speed. So full strength. Sorry. You can tell my mind is even gone at this point. Have a good weekend, guys. Be safe. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you for watching another episode of Lights Camera Collect. Please make sure to thank you for watching another episode of Lights Camera Collect. Please make sure to click the like button and subscribe to this channel. And of course, check out my amazing co-host channel, Dean the Dream, Collecting Weekly, linked in the description below. Thank you so much and see you in the next one.